when we get free from the feeling that we are less worthy if someone doesn't agree with us. And in alignment with this, when others are not satisfied with us, especially our parents and our spouses, and of course our children. So the belief is that I am worthy of love and respect only when others agree with me and are satisfied with me. So what we need to do here is to look to our conscience and ask myself, am I okay with my conscience? Am I doing for this person whatever I consider to be appropriate, what I would like that other person to do for me, and not whether that person is satisfied or not? That person may withhold satisfaction as a sort of blackmail or a control mechanism, or in a power fight with us. So at some point, we need to get free from the need for others to be satisfied and just examine our conscience and ask ourselves, are we okay here? Are we giving to this person what we consider to be fair and correct? Or am I okay with my conscience? And let go of the need for the other to be satisfied. Now, some people also feel guilt and less self-worth when they do not say yes, when someone asks something of us, or when they have to say no. And this is a programming. I am a good boy, I'm a good girl when I say yes, and I'm not good and I'm not worthy when I say no. And many of us actually lose our love because we haven't learned to say no with love. And because saying no is so difficult, we lose our love. What we need to do is to learn that we can say no with love. We can continue to love the other person, even when we say no, and we can continue to deserve the other person's love when we say no. But in order to do that, we have to be able to love the other person when they say no to us. Some people have the belief that their self-worth is dependent on how many gifts that they give to others in relationship to how many gifts the others give to them. And they always feel the need to keep this sort of accounting mechanism in their mind. How many times the others asked us over for dinner, or what gifts they gave us. And we need to balance this account. So our self-worth has nothing to do with whether we're giving more or giving less. And some people may be programmed to believe that it's smart to give less and receive more. There are two kinds of psychology on this. I'm really smart if I can get more and give less. And other people, I'm a better person if I give more and receive less. Now, some of us have the belief that we are worthy when others trust us and also confide in us. Now, this is an interesting perception that we feel uncomfortable when we know that someone doesn't want to talk to us, doesn't want to share their feelings or their needs, if that person is aloof and, yes, aloof, and this person doesn't like to share. They may have their own fears, their own needs, preventing them from sharing with us. And so we need to be able to feel self-acceptance and self-worth and self-respect even when others have problems and doubt us or fear us or unable to share with us, and allow them their space. Now, it's interesting. I have never really understood this, but I have met a number of people that feel demeaned when other people lie to them. It's as if they're losing their self-worth because the other person is lying to them or fooling them in some way. Um, I don't understand that, why I would lose my self-worth if you tell me a lie. I guess what people are thinking is, well, I must be stupid if they can lie to me or if they can fool me in some way. But this is certainly not a logical thought. If anyone loses their self-worth, it's the person who's lying. But even they do not, because they are souls in the process of evolution who for some reason are fearful and out of their fear cannot tell the truth. So we are certainly equally worthy when other people lie to us or fool us. Now, this is an interesting point, which here in Greece has two aspects. There are two beliefs here. Some people feel worthy when they work a lot, and that causes them to work a lot. And other people feel that it's stupid to work too much, and it's smart if you can get other people to work, and if you can sit around and let them work. That's smart, and then so you're more worthy. So there are two kinds of beliefs, and some people have both beliefs in them. And so they cannot not work. On the other hand, they feel that they're being made fools of because the others are not working, and that they're losing their self-worth because the others are not doing as much as they are, that they're being taken advantage of. But on the other hand, if they do not work, they will feel that they are not good because they are not working. So we have two perceptions here. So you have to see if you have one or the other or both. Now, in some societies, especially as we go east, from Europe on east, um, there is a discrimination towards women. And many women are born into families in which they receive the message that they are less worthy than their brothers or than men. And so that creates an inherent feeling of doubt, of self-doubt. And many women, in an attempt to gain their self-worth, try to gain it in male terms by making a lot of money or being very successful in business, which is fine if that is why someone has incarnated, because their soul is neither male nor female. But if we're doing that to gain self-worth, that would be a mistake, because that doesn't improve our self-worth. Nothing does. We are worthy as we are as divine consciousness in a temporary body and mind. But some women from Europe on east, or even in some families, perhaps in the West, may need to work on this and feeling totally equal and not needing to prove any equality, because their equality is to be taken for granted. It's a truth, it's a divine truth, and it cannot be doubted in any way that every woman is totally equal with any man, because there is no woman or man. The soul is neither male nor female. We are divine consciousness in the process of evolution. So some women may need to work on letting go of any such social programming. Another deep form of social programming is that if I was born to a family or to parents or to a single parent or to a mother who at that time in their lives did not want to have another child. They may have had economic problems, their relationship may have been unhappy, they may not have been in a state to have another child. And when the embryo or the newborn infant receives this message that, we really didn't want to have you at this time, that can create a deep self-doubt, very deep self-doubt, self-sabotage, the feeling that I am a burden. And this creates an undermining process throughout life which blocks that soul's progress and happiness. So if this is the case, then one would need to work with techniques for going into the childhood years, perhaps even into the womb, into the embryo state, and remedying this, that is, healing this false perception, because we are not being rejected because someone knew us, met us, and decided that we were not worthy. It had nothing to do with who we were. Nothing to do with who we were. It could have been anybody. It could have been any soul. The rejection is towards having another responsibility at this time in our lives. So this is an important issue. Many people probably do not have it, but some people who do have it will need to work on that. Now, the solution for all social programming is to realize that they are all illusions and that our self-worth has nothing to do with any of the above, but rather with the essence of our being. And we will explain that more as we move on. Now, The second source of self-doubt and self-rejection is the matters of conscience. When I have caused pain for another person, and the belief here is that I am an evil person when my action caused pain for others. Now, there are two aspects here. One is that I had no intention of causing pain to anyone, but that life has used me in a way without my intention, and someone is causing pain for themselves through their programmings or beliefs, or maybe something happened to them through us. They may have some physical damage, whatever it may be, without that being in any way our intention, an accident of some kind. In this case, it's important to understand that every soul is the creator of his or her reality, and that it would be impossible for us to have an effect on another soul that that soul has not created the possibility of, the cause of within themselves, either by karma or by a soul choice. That we cannot create an effect for another soul. We can only be the means. And in the same way, another soul cannot be the cause of our reality. It can only be the means. And we attract to ourselves situations through other souls because of our karma and because of our soul choices and because of our belief system, emotions, feelings, and needs, which are attracting from life through other persons sometimes certain realities which may make us unhappy or be damaging to us in some way. So, in the first case, it's important to understand that we are not the creator of the other person's reality. Uh, Now, if we have done something, we have not been careful, we have had negative feelings, and we have caused pain for another person, then we need to engage into another process of change and then accept ourselves and continue loving ourselves and to forgive ourselves. We're going to go into